and gentlemen, boys and girls, stop what you're doing. Stop playing the game. Stop training. Stop working. Because over here, it's just hoops. I'm Amari. This is Darion. Long time no see. How we feeling, my brother?
I feel good. Yeah, it has been a minute since we've been here. But I'm feeling good. Nothing really going on, just working. And that's about it. Getting ready for the episode today. What about you?
Yeah, man. Nothing much going on over here either. Arrived in Fort Wayne earlier this week. Getting used to the new lifestyle for the summer, basically. Hey, this weather been poop, bro.
Yeah, it has been
I'm
terrible.
talking 40 degrees and raining, and hey, I had gloves on at practice.
Goes on this. It was that bad.
Bro, my hands was freezing. And in the rain, the rain ain't making no
Yeah, the
better.
rain ain't helping at all.
Yeah, man.
I don't know. This is not May weather at all.
Right. End
Uh,
of May at that.
yeah, we pushing June, so
Yeah, bro.
they gotta figure something out there. But hopefully it gets better. Memorial Day, pool is about to open up and stuff. I need some nice weather.
Hey, 7 days until I join the 20 club, bro.
How you
Next Friday. Next Friday is the day.
how you feeling, man?
I don't know, bro. I might wake up, bones cracking that day and stuff, but it's not here yet, thankfully. But blessed to see another year. Hopefully, we make it all the way through. But yeah, bro, nothing much going on.
Yeah, no. Yeah, 20 bones gonna start cracking. Got to stretch a little more.
Yeah, gotta get out the bed, give it a real good, back twist and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
hey, I don't know if y'all noticed, but me and the guy both got on, repping the 2023 intramural championship. This was not planned at all. Just happened to,
No.
it happened to be on.
Just woke up feeling reminiscing on the times when we was second best team at Carmel High School. Minus
Right, behind
behind
varsity. Yeah,
varsity.
hey, yeah.
But
Uh, yeah, bro, this is a go to shirt for sure.
yeah, this one and I still got my one from eighth grade. And so
Hey, I had it on just the other day.
yeah.
Yeah, bro, these two, I like to cycle.
Yeah, it's just comfortable. It's nice, long sleeve. It's perfect
Yeah,
for in the crib.
can't go wrong with a nice long sleeve, bro.
Can't go wrong.
And it's nice thin material, not too like not gonna have you warm in the house, too
Yeah,
hot. You know what I mean?
not
It's
heavy.
perfect. Yeah,
Perfect.
bro, it's perfect. But yeah, man, a lot of basketball going on since we last recorded. Sorry we missed the episode Tuesday, both scheduling conflicts and stuff. But yeah, today we got, as promised, the draft episode that we said we would do last week. We'll do the lottery, our lottery predictions and comparisons for every player in the lottery. And yeah, let's touch on some playoff basketball first. Before we dive any further, I don't even know what we talked about last time versus I think last time we recorded, the Nuggets and Thunder hadn't played game seven yet.
Yeah.
I think that's all we missed. So going back to that, Thunder take care of business. We saw the Thunder defense in full effect in that game. Jokic struggled, like the whole series, just struggled to Caruso.
The
Caruso again. I shouted him out last episode.
the Jokic stopper.
The Jokic stopper, bro. He was on ball on Jokic, and then I really saw in detail what Caruso was doing on the floor, where he was faking the double, and
Hmm.
then right when Jokic passed the ball, he would get the steal. You know what I mean? Faking a closeout, then get the steal, and it's just playing mind games with people, basically.
Yeah, no, the Thunder as a whole, they just forced so many turnovers out of that team and it just allowed them to explode. But yeah, Caruso, outsmarting Jokic, who is offensively very smart and gifted, and being
Right,
able to make him make reads that he thinks are there and then jump that.
right.
It's that's great ball knowledge and awareness from him. So it took him 7 games to figure out, who we can get to stop him and limit him. But
Hmm.
you made the adjustment when necessary. You got the win. That's what's important.
Facts. Shai Alexander wins the MVP this week. How you feel about that?
I mean, we knew. The winner of the series was winning MVP.
Had to, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I don't. Like I said, when you asked when we did our awards, and I gave my final answer that the most valuable player is the player who is most valuable to their team, and
Hmm.
the Nuggets aren't anything without Jokic. Jokic subbed out Game 7, Thunder going a 13-0 run for in 2 minutes.
Every game that Jokic subbed out, like without Jokic on the floor, the Nuggets literally just collapse,
I mean, in my eyes, that's value right there. That has
right?
to be the most valuable.
It's so hard, and everybody obviously is gonna complain no matter who wins.
Yeah,
That's one thing about NBA fans. So toxic, bro. No matter what happens, somebody's gonna be complaining. People are gonna be complaining, but I mean, it is what it is. We got a new MVP, which is good for the league. So I mean, yeah, Jokic could have had his fourth, which puts him in some more talks
yeah.
already than he is.
Four would have been crazy.
Four is crazy. But yeah, man, the Nuggets need a retooling this year. I think, as we said before, we said this. I don't remember when we talked about this, but MPJ, I think, could be on the move for real this offseason. 'Cause I don't really know what else the Nuggets do with this roster they got.
Yeah, I mean, I know Russ is gone. I think he was only on a 1 year anyways, but
He has a player option.
oh, he's player option.
Yeah, yeah.
I
You didn't
seen
see the press conference where the reporter was like, "You do you know what you're doing with is your player option yet?"
it, and
Yeah,
then
Russ responded.
he gave a smart response. I don't remember exactly what he said.
He was like, "Do you know what outfit you wearing tomorrow?"
Yeah, that's Russ for you right there. But I seen a post on Instagram that said he's most likely going to sign with the Nets. I don't know how true that is, but
For what?
I don't know.
I
That's
mean,
what.
I don't think no way that that's true. At this point in his career, Russell Westbrook is definitely looking to contend. I mean, and I like the fit with the Nuggets.
Yeah,
I liked it.
he's just inconsistent, but like the Nuggets fit overall was good for him, and
Yeah,
he had some bright moments this season with this team. But like I think it has to be MPJ because I mean Aaron Gordon, you're not getting rid of. You got Jamal Murray, Christian Braun looking good, and then Jokic obviously isn't going anywhere, and so that leaves MPJ, and I mean that's not the recipe that's working, so you got to make a change there.
yeah, yeah. I mean, Russell Westbrook, their whole regular season, he was very good for the Nuggets, and I mean, it's sad to see that people are only going to remember what he did in the playoffs and his poor performances later in the playoffs. I mean, even the Clippers series, he won a lot of those games for them.
Yeah,
Russell Westbrook was really good for them in the Clippers series. This series is what is going to be remembered. However, because they got eliminated, because he was so poor in some of those games. But yeah, the Nuggets retooling for sure. Let's we saw game 1 and 2 of the West, and game of the year contender, game one in the Eastern Conference Finals.
goodness.
Oh my God, I cannot wait for game two tonight, first of all. But bro, game one was a masterclass.
Bro, I don't know how the Pacers keep doing this.
I don't know.
It's every series they have done this, and I don't understand how it keeps happening.
I
Like,
saw a stat, something like only five teams in the history of the game have came back from, I think it was, I forget what the deficit was, below like 2 minutes or something like that. Four of them are the Pacers this postseason. Insane.
like it's ridiculous. Like I was on the game watching it, and I was on with you, and we both
Yeah,
turned
we were on.
like,
We
oh,
both
this is
turned the game
over
off.
because they were
Yeah.
down it's like 17, 6 minutes left, and then
Yes.
it happened to check. They're down five with 40 seconds. Right? What?
Yeah. We turned the game off when the Knicks went on that run. The Pacers called timeout. The Pacers were down either 16 or 18 points. And we both turned the game off. We're just playing the game. I happened to check my phone to see what the score was, to see if it was over. I was like, bro, the Pacers are down five with 40 seconds left. We both rushed to turn on the game, and good thing we did. I mean, bro,
Yeah,
Aaron Neesmith,
Neesmith. Oh my goodness,
he
Nee,
had
He won that
five
game.
fourth quarter threes after we turned it off.
Yeah.
Um, two of them, two or three of them inside 1 minute. So I mean, he hit that bucket to uh get him within one,
One, yeah.
and then who missed the free cat missed the free throw, right?
At missed free throw, yeah. He
And
missed the first, made the set. No, yeah.
he
Or
yeah.
yeah.
Or was it OG?
Or my
I feel like OG was at the line.
it was OG or Cat. I think it was Cat.
One of the two. I know that they missed the. It was OG. It was OG. I'm positive it was OG because I remember he went up to the line. He took this deep old breath. You could see that he was kind of nervous. I feel like he missed the first, hit the second. Halliburton comes down. The ball is bobbling everywhere. You could say double dribble, but he got fouled.
He got fouled. It cancels out.
Yep. He runs back behind the line. The bounce was crazy, bro. What are the odds that that happens, bro?
Bro, it literally hit the back of the rim straight.
Yes.
It dropped. Like I've never seen a shot
I've
just
never
fall.
seen that happen before.
Only however.
Hey, yeah, that bounce might be that definitely got to be crazier than Kawhi's. I mean, Kawhi,
I
it was
don't
a game
know.
winner.
And Kawhi's fading deep corner
Yeah,
over
but
Embiid
the
too.
bounce was crazy though, man.
The bounce was ridiculous. Like he could hit that shot again if he tried.
No way, no way. Um, yeah, we thought the game was over. Toe on the line, he did the choke celebration. Good thing that they closed it out.
Yeah.
Because if they would have lost in overtime with him doing that celebration, overtime was good too, bro. Both teams just getting buckets after buckets, and it looked like it was gonna come down to whoever had the ball last.
Uh,
The Miles Turner play kind of changed the game.
when he got that
The,
block,
the block on Brunson, yeah,
we think that was a goaltend.
bro, it was so close. I don't know
Game
from
speed,
the
game speed, you can't, I don't think you can get that call. And like there was nothing there to review it. So I'm not mad at it not being called.
yeah. I mean, you can't. They couldn't review the play. I think you just let it like it was so close that you would have had to review it to even see it.
Yeah.
Um, and even like looking at it from the replays, I couldn't tell if it was a goaltend or not. They had the camera view from behind the rim. I mean, behind the backboard. So I mean, I still couldn't tell. Then Nemhard comes down and hits that three. He came alive late in the game, barely was scoring at all, and then overtime, I think he had 5 points. I know he hit the three, and then he had the layup over Brunson. So I mean, bro, what a basketball game!
I mean, it's like we talked about with the Cavs. You take game one, you're good. When the Pacers playing the Cavs, you take game one on the road, you're good.
Yeah,
And I mean, don't know how tonight's gonna go, but
don't let him get two.
if they if they get two again, oh man.
Don't let them get two, man. Yeah, the Knicks could be in trouble if they get two. But on the other side, the Thunder might be too good, bro. That defense is just,
Yeah, bro, they're nice. And I don't know what happens after halftime, but they just come out a whole new team and just start hooping like crazy.
bro. It got to be something with Coach Dayton, man. I don't know what he's telling them boys. I don't know what adjustments he's making, but something changes at halftime to where they come out and just start expanding that lead little by little, stops after stops. Anthony Edwards was more aggressive than game one, but still, it took him 26 shots to get 32 points, 1 for 9 from three. So still not a good game from Anthony Edwards. Shea, being Shea, consistency.
I mean, I'm not mad at him winning MVP because like he's nice, he deserves MVP.
Yeah.
But there's no answer for him. Like he gets his spot, he's going to score. You can't really do anything about it. And then yeah, Ant. I don't know. He was shooting the ball so well regular season. His playoffs, I don't know what happened. His 3-point
Yeah,
shot
man.
went away. Uh,
He's been broke.
yeah, he has been like very. And it was good to see him be aggressive, get to the rack, get to the Anthony Edwards that we all first saw before this summer. But the Thunder, they figured out assignment for Julius Randle, shut him down. Julius Randle didn't even play in the fourth quarter, and I mean, I think that That's what they needed right there. Figure out Julius Randle. You can live with Ant getting his. You just gotta make
Right.
everybody else beat you.
Yeah.
And if you take away the second option, they don't really have anything else there.
I think Anthony Edwards is kind of experiencing what Jimmy Butler, what Luka, what Bron was experiencing against the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
LeBron, even in his big games, it wasn't him getting to the rack. He was just hitting his jumpers. Luka, took him a lot of shots to get a lot of points. Jimmy Butler, he wasn't being aggressive because he couldn't get to the rim. And Anthony Edwards, it's been difficult for him to get good looks. He's been having to settle for these threes that aren't falling for him. When he gets to the rack, it's a lot of contests going down there. Hartenstein down there, and then you got obviously J-Dub on him, and then the help from Caruso, and so he's experiencing what all these other guys were experiencing when they had to beat Rudy Gobert and Jaden McDaniels was already guarding them.
Yeah, the defense for the Thunder on Ant, he has a good passer primary defender, first of all. Then he has Chet and Isaiah in the lane waiting for him. It's like
Yeah, yeah,
that's tough for him to manage and deal with. And then when you got like Nas Reed, he's not playing to the level he could be playing at. Dante DiVincenzo hasn't been there. He had a better game two.
yeah.
But
All the support cast had a better game too, but still they lose by almost 20.
yeah, I mean, and it's crazy that they lose by almost 20. They cut the lead down to one in the fourth or three and missed a layup that would have made it one, but they cut it down to three. And then Thunder just go back on that run and
Right.
ice them that quick. And
Yeah, man.
it's like you can't make a mistake against this team. They don't turn the ball over. They just play the right brand of basketball. And I think this could get ugly for the Wolves if they don't. They got to get game three.
Yeah, must win game three for the Wolves back in Minnesota. I mean, obviously you go down 3-0, and that's series right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, excited to see game two for the Pacers tonight, game three in Minnesota. Yeah, there's a break, right? So I think it'll be Sunday instead. I'm not
Uh,
sure.
I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure it's Sunday, but yeah, must win game three. Got a lot to transition to in this episode, so let's get Mars' question of the day out the way. If everyone in the league was at their absolute peak, what would the top 10 look like?
If everyone in the league was at their peak, what would the top 10 look like?
If everyone currently in the league was at their peak, what would the top 10 look like? Now,
Well,
for me, before we go any further, number one is LeBron
I'm gonna
Raymond
say
James.
LeBron's one at his peak.
LeBron is one. Uh, Curry,
I was like Curry has to be top three.
Durant.
Durant, I would go at their peak in the league right now. I
Let's
probably
think about it. We got LeBron's one. So other than LeBron, Curry, Durant, Kawhi, Russ, Harden, Jokic, Giannis,
and
Luka.
oh,
Any other older guy? Chris Paul,
CP, yeah. Who else is
Hornets. Chris Paul,
who else is older? Who else is older?
Paul George.
PG, yep, yep. Healthy Embiid.
Are we missing anybody? Kyrie, Dame. Let
Book,
me think.
young Book.
Book. I think that might
Michael
be
Jackson
it.
of notable first come to mind.
Anthony Davis.
AD, yeah. Uh, Four. Ooh, Harden. Did you say Harden?
I say Harden.
Okay, so we got Braun one, Curry two, KD three.
I think you can make an argument for Jokic being three. I'm not gonna lie. I think you can make an argument for Jokic being three, bro.
Not opposed to that. I'm not opposed.
His his finals MVP year. I mean, you could really just say Jokic from when he won his first MVP to now.
Yeah,
I think I'm putting Jokic three. You can keep KD if you want, but me personally, I'm going Jokic. Let me think. KD's my four for sure.
Gotta go.
Um,
Jokic is my four. I think I got Giannis five. I think I
I
just
think I'm going James Harden, bro. Now he didn't get the ring, but like the guy was averaging 36 points per game,
he was averaging 36
like 60 a night almost for like
a,
what was it, a couple weeks, a month?
a month. He was averaging 44 a month.
I think I'm going James Harden. Five.
I
Who's your
think
six?
my six is gonna be either Harden or Russ. Russ, one of those guys like Harden did win the ring, but triple double for 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Got the Wizards to the playoffs. You know, Russ has good achievements, and we know his explosiveness, all that. So him in his prime, he would help any team that he's on. So I think I would go either him or Harden. Him and Harden are switch.
6, 7.
Yeah, him and Harden 6, 7.
I'm going Russ six, Giannis seven. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm going Russ six, Kawhi seven, Giannis eight.
It's crazy that Kawhi is this low when we talk about how he was arguably the greatest player on the planet at a time.
Bro, it's just tough, bro. Like,
It is tough.
bro, I can't put him over triple double Russ. Harden averaged 36 points per game. Kevin Durant, he would after Kevin Durant is to me a top 15 player of all time. Steph Curry is the best point guard ever. We're talking about his peak. So I mean, he got there to be the best point guard for a reason.
We don't even got to say nothing about Braun.
And Nikola Jokic like is
Yeah,
three
see,
MVPs in his time, Finals MVP ring. I mean,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, I'm going Kawhi seven, Giannis eight. What'd you have last? Russ six, Harden
Russ,
seven.
Russ 6, Harden 7. I go Kawhi 8, 9. I'll go. mm,
I'm going Chris Paul right here.
that's what I was thinking. I'm gonna go Chris Paul.
Chris Paul was in the MVP race back in the day. Um, Obviously, great, one of the greatest passers of all time. Again, never got that ring, but Hornets Chris Paul, I think I'm putting in here.
Yeah, Hornets CP, maybe even Clippers CP. Just his ability to pass and see everything. He would
Not
be.
was that
I was gonna say he would just be like, every team would want that at their point guard. He's gonna pick and roll all day.
right? Right. 10.
And
There's Luka on the board. There's Anthony Davis. There's Paul George. There's Embiid MVP season. Are we forgetting anybody else? Uh, no, I don't think we're forgetting anyone. But Dame,
Dame, yeah, I don't.
Kyrie. With this 10 spot, bro, I might have to go from 2020 to last year, Luka Doncic. Might gotta go Luka Doncic.
My 10, I might have to go pre-broken leg PG.
Really, really.
Ron don't exist. PG might have a ring for the city.
Over Luka though. I don't know if Paul George in his prime was ever Luka level though. Luka it is considered like top three player in the world. I don't think we've ever said that about Paul George.
We haven't, but Paul George took prime Bron to 7.
Luka Doncic took Kawhi and Paul George to 7
He did.
by himself.
So, I mean, I'm thinking, PG. He was explosive, knockdown shooter. Get to his spot. I I don't know. His pre-broken leg, PG was moving different.
I can't give that to you, bro. I can't. Like, look, bro, we're talking Luka Doncic here. I get it. Paul George was definitely an amazing basketball player, but he was never considered on the level of Luka Doncic.
And he hasn't been, but in my eyes, I'm going PG at 10.
What's the like? Where's the reasoning here? Like in your eyes, what's
In the
in your eyes?
prime, like we said, just took Braun to 7 in his prime. I mean, he went multiple times. Yeah, he couldn't get it done, but who who was able to really get it done in this time besides Curry and, KD had to go join him to help. Oh, you had to build a super team. PG was doing this with George Hill and Danny Granger. What are we talking? Roy Hibbert. Like,
Whoa, we're not gonna disrespect that Pacers. Paul
I'm
George
saying
definitely was the
compared to the teams Curry, KD, Klay Thompson, Draymond.
okay. Hold on, no. But we're not arguing Paul George versus Curry and KD.
I'm not
Luka
arguing.
Doncic,
I'm saying
Luka Doncic took Paul George, the guy that you're arguing for.
post broken leg.
Hold on though. Hold on though. I honestly, if I'm going Paul George, I'm going 2018 before I go any of the Pacers years.
I can't agree with you on that one.
I mean, we can pull up the stats. Paul George was Paul George was never in MVP conversations in Indiana. 2018, he was top three in the MVP race, which makes that his best season. No,
He was top 3.
yeah, 2018,
I don't recall that.
he MVP PG. Let me look. We on Basketball Reference with it. He finished third in MVP in 2018-19. In his Pacers years, let's see, ended in 2016-17. The best he finished in MVP was ninth place. The highest points per game he averaged in Indiana, 23.7 points. In OKC, 28 points per game. He finished third in DPOY this season, all NBA first team, all defensive first team.
Forgot he did. He wasn't. Yeah, that was his good season. OKC. Then he got traded for Shai. Yeah, I don't.
Indiana Paul George, four-time All-Star, averaged 23.7, 23.1, 21.7, 17.4. And if we're talking about the years that he was in the conference finals against LeBron, it was only year 4 and year 3. He averaged 21.7 points per game and 17.4 points per game. You want to go to the playoffs, 22 points per game and 19 points per game. It ain't like he was just out there dropping a 40 against LeBron and like,
I'm not saying he was out there cooking Braun. I'm saying he held his and took Braun to 7. A prime Braun at that against a super team Heat.
all right, Luka Doncic from the time that I'm talking about. 28.8 points per game, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. 27 points per game, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. 28 points per game, 9 rebounds, 9 assists. 32 points per game, 8.6 rebounds, 8 assists. 34 points per game, 9 rebounds, 10 assists. So that peak ain't better than Paul George's.
It's your list versus mine. I'm comfortable with my list.
But like, what's the like? I'm
I've
literally
answered this
sitting here.
question 4
I'm,
times.
bro. I'm sitting here reading the stats to you and telling like, there's
I'm
no
not.
way that you're saying that Paul George's peak was better than that.
I did say I said in my eyes I like Paul George on my list over Luka. I didn't say it was better. I just in my eyes I
That's
like
what the list is about. If everyone was in their peak, what would the top 10 be? You're saying if Paul George was in his peak, you would have Paul George ranked above Luka, right? Oh my goodness. Hey, bro, it's okay to say you're wrong. Like,
how am
it's
I wrong
okay,
for
bro.
having my own list? I can't be wrong on my list.
Bro. All right, bro.
I'm
So what's
wrong
the
for I'm wrong for having my own preference. I didn't know that.
bro? That like the guy's just better. He went to the finals. I mean, playoff average 35.7 points per game. Your guy averaged 22.
What did Luka do in the finals?
Did Paul George ever get there?
What did Luka do in the finals?
Did Paul George ever get there?
What did Luka do in the finals?
He averaged 30 points per game.
Did he?
Yes, he did.
How many shots?
He
35?
averaged 30 points per game.
Oh, 35 shots?
Oh my god, this is blasphemous, bro. You're crazy. All right, come on. What's the ball knowledge test for today, bro?
Uh, can you name the top 10 scorers in the NBA playoffs so far?
Top 10 points per game or
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson,
Brunson is number three, 29.9.
Shai Alexander,
Shea is number four, 29.8.
Giannis,
Number one, 33.
Donovan Mitchell,
D Mitch, five, 29.6.
Jokic.
Jokic, number nine, 26.2.
We're getting shaky. Let's go perfect. Let's go perfect. Let's go perfect. LeBron James.
Ron is number 11.
Luka Doncic.
Number two, 30.2.
That hurts, bro. Um, how many I got left?
Four, six, seven, eight, and 10.
Hmm. Um, Anthony Edwards.
Ants, number eight, 26.3.
Kay Cunningham.
Cade is not on the list.
Is there a games played requirement here?
No, it's just because Giannis only played five. So
I'm thinking when Dame played, he played what, 2 games?
who?
I don't
Dame?
Dame.
Not Dame.
That wasn't a guess. I don't count. Um, Paolo.
Paulo, number six, 29.4.
So it's two more.
Uh, yeah, seven and 10.
7 and 10. Julius Randle.
Julius Randle's not on the list.
Curry.
Curry's not on the list. You're overthinking seven. You're overthinking seven. 10, you might not. I don't know. I'll be
I'm
surprised.
overthinking 7. I'm overthinking 7. Why am I overthinking 7? Halliburton?
No,
I don't think there's a pacer on this list.
not a
Um, um, who was even in the playoffs? All right, so we got the Cavs. Nobody else with Donovan Mitchell. No way. We got the Heat. No. Um, is Tyler Hero here? Um, the Pistons. I already said Cade. Nobody else. The Knicks. Hat would be here. Um, Tatum.
Tatum, number seven, 28.1.
Okay, Tatum's number 7. Number 10.
10 called me by surprise. But not go
Oh,
lie.
caught you by surprise.
He has a
Hmm.
teammate on the list as well.
Here's the teammate on the list. We said Donovan Mitchell. Number 2 is Luka Doncic. Um, let me think. We say Jamal Murray.
Nope.
Hey, that erases the Nuggets. Um, Jalen Williams.
Nope.
There's no Clippers on the list. Um, Curry was not on the list. The Timberwolves. We erased them. I already said Julius Randle. Jalen Brown.
No.
That would get you by surprise. Uh, man. Um, oh, am I tripping? Franz Wagner?
Franz Wagner, number 10.
Franz Wagner, number 10. Okay.
25.8. Braun was 11 with 25.7. So they had a point 0.1 point differential.
Ah, okay, okay. Good ball knowledge test for today. Had me thinking a little bit.
I thought you were going to blow through it, but then I don't know how you got stuck on Tatum. I definitely,
Bro, I don't like there was just so many. I feel like there was too many games against the Knicks that like would have brought it down.
yeah, yeah. No, 1 through 9, I definitely thought you were going to blow through. And then 10, I figured would take you a minute.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just had to work through the teams a little bit.
Yeah. But yeah, nice little, not too difficult.
Into the main portion of this episode, draft stuff. Draft is around the corner. So what we did is we went ahead and what you cheating so hard for?
I just think this is going to be good to see how we look at things, how we
I'm way excited.
act with others.
But yeah, so we for the top 14 picks, we went ahead and said who we think each team is going to draft, and then we gave them a player comparison, NBA comparison. So let's start off. Number one pick. I assume we both got the same guy. I hope we do. Cooper Flag.
Flag.
Now, what's your comparison here?
I see that one of the other Duke boys, Jason Tatum. I see a Tatum in him.
Mm,
Uh, he uses his size to get to his spots, and even when his scoring numbers aren't always there, he's assisting in other parts of the game, rebounding well, playing good defense, swinging the rock, getting the open pass. And when the scoring is going, they're both gifted scorers. They both can create when they want, take over. So I see because of his size and like how he's able to bump, get to a spot, or just go all the way. I see a lot of Tatum in him.
I said Kawhi Leonard.
I see Kawhi. Yeah, that's a good.
Kawhi, as you said, a lot of the same things that you said. Good defender, because of his size, really. Um, him, using that body to get to his spot and create separation for mid-range jump shots. The three-point shot is solid. I think it'll be something that gets developed in his NBA career. Able to get to the rim, use his size. They're really about the same height.
Yeah,
Duke had him listed a little taller than he is, but both really about 6'7". So yeah, Kawhi Leonard is who I got here.
that's a good. That is a good comparison.
Who you got number two
Number
for the
two,
Spurs?
the Spurs. I went away. I know I had said D Harp was going number two, all that. I got Ace Bailey number two. Um, Spurs, they need some wings. They got heavy guard rotation. So I think Ace is best bet there. I compared him to a KD type or an MPJ type just because he creates when he wants, his shot selection's out of this world, his release point very high, only so many players we see have this. And he just creates so much attention and causes the defense to spread because of his ability to create his own and knock down these shots. So I see a KD and him or MPJ when MPJ is at his spot.
I said Kevin Durant, obviously the size and his ability to score his size, his ability to shoot over people. And then Paul George. Paul George at the rim. Ace Bailey's really good at the rim. I see him, dunking on people and pretty athletic at the rim. And you don't really see a lot of that from KD, especially anymore.
Yeah.
So I mean, Paul George, I feel like more at the rim with Kevin Durant. The jump shoot ability, the simple handle. Yeah.
Yeah. I had PG, but then I went MPJ just because, I mean, you see MPJ and once he catches it, he's firing. And we see that
Yeah.
on Ace Bailey. Once he gets the rock, he's the spot, he's shooting the ball. So
Yeah.
that's how I looked at it. Number three for the Sixers, I went VJ Edgecombe.
Mm.
I think. No, their wings are not there either, really, with PG falling off this season. Um, they don't need to take a guard as they have Maxi and Jared McCain there. So I think they go get a wing. And I compared him to like a Donovan Mitchell, Derek White type of guy. He's gonna play defense. He's known for his defense, really. Man, his offense is there. He can create for you offensively. He can shoot, do everything. Um, but I think his defense is what will get him drafted early.
Who did you say? Derek White and who else?
D Mitch.
Okay. I was thinking. Well, I did not go VJ Edgecombe there. I went Dylan Harper. Uh, as you said, obviously the Sixers have guards, but Dylan Harper is 6'7".
Yeah,
So maybe there's some movement around. Where you play him at. I feel like um, even if you take another guard, one of them two, Jared McCain or Dylan Harper, can be a very good six man for them. The Sixers need depth. So
yeah,
I mean, either way that they draft, VJ Edgecombe or Dylan Harper would be a good depth move for them. But I could see a better backcourt working of Dylan Harper and Maxey, with Dylan Harper at the two, and then you have Jared McCain off the bench, scoring the ball off the bench. Um, have Dylan Harper's comparison, Cade Cunningham,
yeah.
the size, the ability to get downhill, and his craftiness with the handle as he's going downhill reminded me a lot of Cade Cunningham.
Yeah, I got D Hart 4 to the Hornets. I think he'd be a nice Will LaMelo, put him at the two. I think two tall guards. We haven't seen that in the league really, so I think that'd be a good pairing. And like you said, Cade, his ability to get downhill and score, and his shot selection, being able to contribute to every part of the game. That was my comparison for him as well.
I have VJ Edgecombe four again. It's a good player. Either one that they get here. I honestly the Hornets can't go wrong in this draft.
Yeah, they can.
If Ace Bailey falls, if it's VJ Edgecombe, if it's Dylan Harper, they're gonna get one of those three. So I mean, and all three of them can slide right in next to Brandon Miller and LaMelo Ball. Either you move Brandon Miller to the three, you got VJ Dylan Harper at the two, or you play Ace at the three, you got Brandon Miller and LaMelo at your backcourt. So, but I have VJ Edgecombe here. Dwayne Wade was my comparison. The athleticism, the speed, the athleticism, the jumping ability, dunking on people, and then the defense. He's not the shot blocker that Dwayne Wade is. It's more of his athleticism that allows him to recover and get blocks in transition. But I mean, yeah, the defense is there, so yeah.
D Wade, that's a good pull. I like that comparison. Number 5 with the Jazz. I think the Jazz go young here, and I think they go get Jeremiah Fears. Um, since you're already, I think they're gonna go rebuild completely. So I think you just go get a young guard, build around a young guard. And my comparison for him was flashes of like a Jamal Murray and Jordan Poole with his creative ability to create his own shots and knock down tough shots. And he's a clutch scorer. I think that's his flash of Jamal Murray there. As we see in the playoffs, Jamal is very clutch. Um, his shooting ability is not the best, but I think that can get worked on in the league and he could get to that level, especially with how he's a creative shot taker. So that was my comparison for him.
I have Trey Johnson here at five. I was flipping between Trey Johnson and Jeremiah Fears, 5 and 6. Trey Johnson, interesting comparison here. Damian Lillard.
Okay, talk to me.
Now, it was the shot selection of Trey Johnson. A lot of three-point shooting, obviously, so I had to get some type of shooter in there. And he can, get inside that arc and create his own jump shot as well. A lot of catching and shooting from him, a lot of step back jumpers from him. Off the dribble that leads into a contested three-pointer that he, just takes those shots. So the shot selection and stuff, I had Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard, when he came into the league now, was booming on people. The athleticism is a little different from Trey Johnson. And the shots that he takes inside the arc are a little different. But as far as, the 3-point shot selection, I went Daniel Lillard.
I had Trey Johnson 6. Like you said, I was flipping back and forth as well. My comparison was Cam Thomas, another 3-point shooter. He's gonna put that shot up no matter who's on him, where he's at. And I see that in his game. He's a creative shot maker, like you said, with step backs, tough pull up jumpers with the defender there. That's just the type of shots he likes, and I see that a lot with Cam Thomas as well. So yeah,
I was gonna go Cam Thomas. But then like I really looked at Cam Thomas and his percentages and his in how many shots he's taken from mid-range jumpers and threes. And he's more of a mid-range type of guy. Uh from three, he only shoots around 34, 33, 35%. So I can see why. And the way that he shoots reminded me of Cam Thomas. But yeah, I just the 3-point accuracy of Cam Thomas and the as many mid-range shots as he takes, I went a different route.
I
But I had Fear six. What'd you say?
Year six.
Yeah,
I'm not mad at a Dame pull. Like you said, shot selection. It is Dame like he's pulling up step backs, all that. It's all Dame there too. So either way, number seven to the Pelicans.
wait, hold on. I didn't get my comparison
Oh
for
yeah.
six. Fears, because this is the interesting one. Derrick Rose.
Okay,
Now,
I see it.
now he's not booming on people like
Yeah.
Derrick Rose is. He's not getting above the rim like Derrick Rose is, but the way he attacks the rim, the way he can finish at the rim, and the high turnover rate reminds me of young Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose when he came into the league, consistently a three turnover a game guy. So yeah, I went Derrick Rose. The inconsistency in the jumper, they really shoot like around the same percentages. So yeah, I mean he's gonna shoot it, but the knockdown ability is not there. And the way
Yeah.
he attacks the rim, I went Derrick Rose.
That is good comparison. I didn't think D Rose.
Yeah,
I would have got that. That's good. The number seven with the Pelicans. I'm gonna butcher this probably. Common Mauch.
Malawach. Yep.
Mauch. Big from Duke. I think put him alongside Zion, put him in the center spot, get some paint protection there. I see him like a Rudy Mitchell Robinson type of guy, just, protects the paint very well. He's gonna rebound, he's gonna block shots, uh, cause some cause some issues in the paint. Offensively, he can run pick and roll with him. He's more of a rim runner there, not really too skillful on the offensive side, but I think his defense will be impactful for a team like the Pelicans.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually went Malawach 8, and here I went Con.
We just have everybody like one off.
Everybody flipped. Yeah, I went Canople here, and I gave him Darwin Connect. They both kind of are similar in the college game because in college, Canople like he did more
Right.
than just pure shooter. I think he'll get into the league and become straight like Darwin Connect was. Just shooter, running off screens. Play a little. Gotta get better on the defensive side of the ball, and just being a shooter basically.
Yeah, at eight, I had Khan. His comparisons for me were like hints of Pritchard with his shooting. He's gonna fire when he's open and can knock it down. And I see some Kevin Horter in him as well. Being
Kevin
able,
Huerter is a good one. Yeah,
being able to shoot, but like you said, he could do a little more as well. He's efficient. He can see the court well. He spaces the floor. Once he gets inside the three-point arc, he's able to recognize very well what's open, what's not. So I think with the Nets, put him next to Cam Thomas. I low-key forgot they had D'Lo as well, so he'd be more of a six man there, off the bench, being able to create. I think that would be good for them.
well, D'Lo is an expiring deal, so I don't know if the Nets bring him back. So that would be interesting to see. I had Malawach 8, and I gave him JaVale McGee, the athleticism, the ability to catch lobs. Not the clumsy JaVale McGee, the JaVale McGee at his best.
Yeah.
JaVale McGee at his best, block shots, catching lobs, athletic. Yeah, all the things Malawach is.
I just laughed because every time I think of Joel Embiid, I just think about Shaq to the full, and that was the generational talent over there.
You just said Joel Embiid.
Or not Joel Embiid, JaVale McGee.
Yeah, 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 I got to try that to you.
You know,
Um, 9 to the Raptors. Who you got?
I got Kasparas Jakunis,
Me too. Yep.
Illinois. I think get a shooter with Scotty and Brandon Ingram and Grady Dick. I think that's a great addition for him. I see CJ McCollum and him, Spencer Dinwiddie. Great passer. He's a floor general who can shoot, get to the rack. He's a bigger guard as well. He can handle the ball well when you need him to. Defense not lacks a little bit defensively, but that could be fixed. And I think his offense ability, his playmaking will benefit this team.
I gave him Tyler Hero. You know, shoot the ball well offensively. The shots that he takes kind of remind me of Tyler Hero. When he gets to the rack, it's very simple, nothing flashy. Yes, he is a really good passer, and it's very simple passing.
Hmm.
I don't know if Emmanuel quickly is the guard for the future for the Raptors. I just don't like the fit of quickly being your starting point guard if you're trying to really compete. So maybe they develop Casparis and maybe he's their guy.
Yeah, quick. Yeah, quick just gives me backup point guard. Like
Yeah,
doesn't give me starting point guard vibes, especially if you're trying to contend.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, I think you develop Casparis, let him play behind Quick a year, and then try to flip Quick into getting some more pieces or something. But yeah, 10, the Rockets. I got Derek Queen. And I went
Mm.
Queen because I thought about how the Rockets said that they would be willing to move Sangoon, and I have Sangoon as one of his comparisons because they can play a stretch five, they can move outside, and they can knock down a three. He's crafty around the rim as well, and he can move with smaller defenders. On pick and rolls, he can switch that, and he can stick with the smaller guards. Uh, he's a playmaker, rebounder, and I see Sangoon as some bonus in him because he can play a stretch five.
Me personally, I have Igor Dimin here. Now if the Rockets are to trade trade Sengun, I think this pick would be involved.
Yeah.
So I don't see a world where they trade Sengun and then go able to draft another big here. I have Igor Dimin here. I mean, Fred VanVleet is their point guard right now. You know, obviously that's not a long-term solution for the Rockets. Igor Dimin, you bring him in and there's no pressure on him, give him time to develop. Josh Giddey is my comparison here. Inconsistent jump shooter, good playmaker, big tall guard, kind of slow. But yeah, he's very nice, very smart, high IQ player. Yeah, Josh Giddey.
Yeah, I got Igor at 11 to the Blazers. I think with them being in rebuild mode, I think he'd be good there. Maybe figure out if it's better to keep Scoot or Anfree, see who he plays better alongside with. And I had Giddy as well, just because of his pace and how he sees the court. And besides Cooper Flag, I think Igor might be the most polished player. Like
Mm,
he plays very well. And I think he might be a sleeper. Like we said, this is 11.
yeah.
So I think he might be a sleeper in this draft, really.
11, I have Carter Bryant. High upside player. And, the Blazers are a team that there's no pressure on them right now. They have time to figure out what they want, and that, drafting a guy high upside, you just give him minutes, give him time to develop. There's no pressure on him. I give him OG Anunoby, athletic, can defend, pretty good jump shooter. And yeah, I mean, you develop him, he could be a very, very good 3-and-D wing, with sneaky athleticism that just pops out every now and then.
Yeah, that'd be a good move. And then you can keep Scoot and Anfree and give them a 3-and-D wing. Think that could help them out and get them towards a position that they're looking for. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, you got say, it's time for them to get rid of Jeremy Grant.
yeah,
DeAndre Ayton is taking up minutes from Donovan Cleaning. So, a young five for them. You got Scoot Henderson, Anthony Simons, Shaden Sharp in there too. I think you go Anthony Simons, Shaden Sharp, honestly.
yeah,
Carter Bryant, Denny Avdia, and Donovan Clingan. Scoot Henderson on the bench. That's a very good young core
that is a
in
good
my
young
eyes.
core. No, yeah, I like that young core. Number 12, the Bulls. I got Colin Murray Boyles. I think they need to step away from Patrick Williams. He's not
Hmm.
doing anything for the team.
Yeah.
Just taking up money. So I think they move him. Colin Murray Boyles can come fill that gap. I see like a Draymond in him, Larry Nance. He on the defensive side of the ball, he just reacts very well. And he's like an orchestrator without the ball. He can like with Draymond, we see these screens for Curry, just getting Curry open always. We see this with Colin. He's able to get his shooters open. He just sees the game well from his position. He's a good off-ball defender. He can jump passes, read gaps, all that. And he's a great in pick and roll game, like Draymond as well with Curry. You see that pick and roll work efficiently for years. So I think that would be nice
Yeah.
for the Bulls.
I have Derek Queen here. And I gave him the Bam comparison. Undersized center, Bam, really good playmaker. The 3-point shot is something that needs to be developed. Yeah, I mean, all the things that Bam does, ability to switch on to undersized guards, solid defender, all aspects. So, I mean, and then you just got to work on the jump shooting ability, which is still something that Bam, the Heat are trying to stress over there. So, I think that's a pretty even comparison right there.
Yeah, Bam was a good comparison. Colin worries me a little bit because I feel like he has more downside than upside. And I think he could slip out of
Well,
the Colin
what do you
Murray.
mean by that? What do you mean
Like,
by that?
I just feel like there's more to his game. Like, it's harder to develop. He can't really shoot the three ball well. And the pick and roll when he's not that big, I feel like that's easily counterable. Uh, I mean, Draymond works out well because Draymond's able to set the screens well. And then, like, I don't even know
Do
how,
so many other things
yeah,
on offense, just facilitate.
yeah. And then defense, he's an anchor on the defensive side. But I feel like being undersized and with the Bulls team, I don't feel like there's really a lot of firepower there, and not being able to help the offensive will, I think that could cause him to slip.
Yeah.
With most of these teams, I think not being able to help offensively really could cause a slip as all these teams are trying to rebuild and get more firepower.
I went Murray Boyles to the Hawks at 13. I gave him Julius Randle. When Julius Randle was bought in, pretty good defender on the offensive side, kind of, big body that could really bully you and, get down into that paint to the left hand, little baby hook. So, I mean, got to develop the jump shot and, could be a Julius Randle type player.
13, I got to the Hawks. I got Joan Berringer. Is that how you say it?
The center.
Center, yeah. Um, I think put him behind Clint. Clint's 31, I believe. Let him develop behind a center who's been in the league.
I think you're forgetting Onyeka Okongwu's still there.
I did forget that.
That is, I mean, I feel like that's their guy. He's been like in and out with Clint as a starter, and I think next year he might even take the throne. I don't know. Maybe Clint is not there long term, and then maybe this is their backup.
Well, yeah, if I forgot about that. Well, if Clint's gone, I think you put him there, be the backup. I compared him to like a Gafford, Lively, Hayes, pick and roll, op threat type of guy.
Mhm.
He can defend the paint. He's going to get you block shots. He's going to rebound well. Nothing true big, like simple game. Just pick and roll up threat, defend well. That's how.
Yeah, yeah. Um, that was your 13.
Yeah, that was 13.
And then 14, the Spurs for their second pick. I have Liam McNeely here. The Spurs just go and get a guy that could just come in and shoot the ball. You don't need another guy that turns into a star over there. You just need pieces that can develop into solid role players. And I think Liam McNeely shows good signs of that, being a really good shooter. Very simple game, very Spurs-like simple game. Just kind of, go out there, play his role and shoot the ball. Give him Corey Kispert.
14, this is where I had Carter Bryant. Like you said,
Okay.
OG, see some DFS in him. I think giving them a 3 and D type of player, it won't do anything. Anybody they go with this pick won't do anything but benefit them.
Yes, man.
they're so young, so it doesn't really matter. But I think giving them a 3-and-D would, alongside Ace Bailey and all these people, would just be cherry on top.
Honestly hope that the Spurs don't trade either of these picks and just go get two guys in this draft. You're gonna get either Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey, VJ Edgecombe at two, and then you go get another guy at 14 that can just develop and be a second unit guy. I mean, the Spurs are set up so good for the long term. I hope that they don't even trade these two picks, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason you trade them is to try to get some older vet type on the team. But
I say only way that I would trade the pick is if it's Giannis.
yeah,
I wouldn't trade it for Durant either.
no, I wouldn't, because KD, you're only gonna get two
You got
seasons.
like 2 years out of him.
Yeah, you're gonna get 2 seasons out of KD. I would trade it for Giannis, but there's nobody else I would really go get.
Yeah,
I think you try to keep CP on a vet minimum just for locker room, and
yeah.
he can still play. But other than that, I don't really think there's a vet that would, one, not want a lot of money, or want a team is going to want a lot for him. So I think you just keep going young.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's all our lottery projections right there, comparisons, a lot of homework done on this episode. Um,
I was up to like 2 in the morning doing homework.
yeah, bro, I had practice in the morning, so I had to cut it short and continue today. But yeah, anything else you want to hit on?
Uh, no, I don't have anything. I was trying to think if there was anything, but no, I don't have anything else.
We can talk about the fever real quick.
Oh,
Uh,
fever.
I want to say something about Caitlyn Clark. First of all, I love the negativity this season. Uh, Caitlyn Clark has been, very rowdy is the word I'm going to use. She's been, talking that, yeah. Just yesterday she was telling, "Oh girl, I'm not scared of you," bumping up, chest to chest. So I like it. But I want to see more aggressiveness from Caitlin Clark. Yesterday, I think she took 9 shots, something like that. She really only shoots threes. And I just want to see more shots from Caitlin Clark. I want to see more 30-point games, you know what I mean? And that'll benefit the Fever, I feel like.
Yeah, I think it'll come. I think she's not used to having a good team. She actually has a
Yeah,
good
true, true,
franchise.
true.
So she's adapting to not having to have the ball every possession down. And but over time, I think she'll go back to, the 30-point games, all that.
Right, right. The ball is in her hands still every possession. So
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's just gelling, third game of the season, we'll see how it picks up. She's still the one.
she's still the one. She's, what is she, third all time in what, triple doubles?
She set the record. That's crazy, bro.
Something like that. She hasn't even played 50 games yet. So
Yeah, I think she set the record for all-time triple doubles.
yeah, I'm not really worried about, a bad game from her. She'll be all right.
Yeah, bro.
She'll be a Hall of Famer by the end of the season. So
Yeah, bro. But yeah, that's all I got. You got words of wisdom?
yeah. The only limit is your mind. You know, your mind is gonna block you from going places. If you can get your mind to work with you or look past your mind, you can do anything that you think of, and you can achieve anything further than that. Just don't let your mind be the only obstacle you can't overcome.
Love it. Love it. Yeah, bro. Good episode. Happy to be back. Sorry for missing again. Tuesday. We back in rhythm. Hey, we promise we're working out the final details. Guests coming. So I know I've been saying it for a while. I literally just got an email today.
Okay.
So we're working out the final details. Guests coming, so we promise. But yeah, that's all for today. Catch y'all next time. Peace.